All right.
He can catch it.
Okay, so we're going to make this a little harder now. For me, your part stays the same. Okay, cut to the left hand when I say go. Are you ready? Go. Ready? Go. It's okay, no one noticed. Yeah, over here. Ready? Go. 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 To pick up the fourth ball while juggling 3 balls. Thank you. I'm on it. Reach over, grab the hat off my head. Thanks. I'm going to toss 1 ball high into the air. You will catch it in the hat. The crowd will go wild. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was talking to the crowd. Here it comes. Catch. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as impressive as Justin was, it gets better. Quick math, kids. How many? The schools have served you well. As I may have mentioned, I've been juggling for about 16 years. This is the hardest trick I know how to do, so clap quickly, it won't last long. Clap now, might not happen at all. We're going to give this a shot. We begin with the fancy start. These 4 already in the air. And then, suddenly, oops. That's okay. I'm allowed to say oops. I'm a juggler. I'm not a pilot. Look, kids, it's Harry Potter. He's wearing his clothes. You can get away with that. I have no reason to believe that this did not exist during the Renaissance. All it takes is a lot of rope and a lot of free time. Assuming they have that. Wait. Try it again. Ready? Yeehaw! The hard part is getting out. 1, 2, 3. I need a kid to help me with this next part. I need a... Yes, in the red. Come here. Stand right here. Face them. Hi, what's your name? Noah. Let's give Noah a big hand. I need you to take a knee just like I'm doing.
Okay.
Perfect. So I'm going to spin this rope around you. And then when I tell you to, you're going to stand up. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Stand up. That's Noah. Big hand for Noah. 3, you will jump out. Are you ready? Yes. All right, here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is really its own world. This is a world where a man can be whatever he wants to be. This is a world where a very shy man in reality can hold his head high, walk out among complete strangers, and even be so bold as to walk up to a complete stranger and say, "Hi, could you join me for a moment?" What's your name? Give Julie a big hand. Welcome to my world. Many people are afraid of this world, and so they think that I'm very brave for living up here. It's not true. I live in this world so I can be what I'm not out in the real world. Out in the real world, I would never be able to walk up to you and offer you a single rose. But this is theater, and anything can happen. And out in the real world, I would never have the audacity to then destroy that rose with a 6-foot bullwhip. But this is theater. Anything can happen. And now, Julie, I'd like to ask you a favor, and it's a huge favor that I could never ask in the real world, but theater. I'd like you to hold the rose right here, and don't move. Julie, we're going to do this on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2. This heightens dramatic tension. This increases suspense. This pisses me off. Imagine how Julie feels. Like 1. Right there. That's Julie! But wait, we're not done. You see, Julie, because this is theater, there are always happy endings. Aww. Give her a big hand. She really enjoyed it. We are coming down to the grand finale. This is where I juggle 3 chainsaws and a cat. That was a joke. I love cats. I have 3.5 cats at home. I share one with my neighbor. Maybe I should just juggle. Folks, I have an unusual confession to make. I don't have any interesting scars. I've got one on my forehead. I got that one falling out of bed. That's a true story. I got one on my finger. I got that one slicing a bagel. And that's all I got. And that's why I do these things. So that one day I'll have better scars. And better stories to go with them. One day I want to say to my grandchildren, "Let me tell you a story." They'll say, and I'll say, "No, this one's good. This one's from back when I was working as a professional juggler." And they'll say, "Really? You can work as a professional juggler?" Don't laugh at that. And I'll say, "No, this story is about the first time I ever attempted my plywood plank of death." What's the plywood plank of death, Grandpa? It's a board and a pipe. It sounds better if you call it the plywood plank of death. To make it even more exciting, I was going to juggle 3 machetes while atop the plywood plank of death. And were they sharp machetes, Grandpa? No, of course not. You don't get old juggling sharp machetes. even really machetes. They were just big metal pointy things. And that day, I think I was at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair. I jumped up on the plywood plank of death for the very first time. The crowd did nothing. Until I stood up, then they went wild. And then I began to juggle the large metal pointy things. I landed on the audience. I landed in the lap of a beautiful young woman. And that, kid, that is how I met your grandmother. You laugh, that'll work one day. Ladies and gentlemen, am I done? Are we okay, I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been wonderful. I've been going on for way too long.